there were very few scenarios where I got to just play softball. I always had to be aware of, what I said, what was I doing, how was I dressed. Again, you had to pretty much do it alone. There was no one else there in the room that looked like you or had the same experiences.
Tyra Perry wants that narrative to change. She says she's proud to be the only black head softball coach in the Big Ten, but also wants to see more. Across Division I softball, close to 90% of head coaches are white. Perry has been organizing a series of Zoom calls with coaches of color across the country.
We get together and talk a lot of professional development so that when, Power 5 jobs, head jobs open up, that they have the skills that they need to become a viable candidate.
Perry says equality isn't needed just in college sports. In light of the ongoing protests demanding justice for George Floyd and others, she wants to see an end to racism, and it starts with having those conversations with her team.
I wouldn't be doing my job, in my opinion, if we're not talking about current events. And even if you want to say, well, this is not a race thing, well, then it's a human thing, and that shouldn't happen to any human. And it's refreshing. It's amazing to see, that a lot of people are tired of it. They think it's wrong, and they're ready to fight to do whatever they need to do to make things different.
But for Perry and the athletes of color on her team, the weight of these issues is even more pressing.
We have 5 young women of color on our team currently. And I, reached out to each one of them individually and just talked to them about, hey, are you okay? I don't have answers, but I'm here to listen. We don't get to not talk about what happened to George Floyd. It affects our lives in every single way. And in your case, you could talk about it later, or you could not talk about it at all. And I was like, that's the difference.